dog, I'm too menacing. See, we all put them Benjamins start when we young.
Welcome to the Style and Grace podcast, episode 1. I'm Seth.
I'm Ryan.
My beautiful wife.
Yeah.
And we basically want to review stuff like movies and music and art. Unlike every other dickhead that has a podcast that's extremely boring and stiff and use proper language. And they're gay. They're just...
No. Well, that's not the word we should use.
No.
But no,
gay.
we are just expressing our love for cinema, music.
We want to say our love.
Comic books, which is art.
Could have guests in the future.
Yeah.
We don't know what the hell we're doing.
We're going to be famous, babe.
We just know that everyone else is boring. And we were thinking, every time because we do the Oh I Hate Myself movie review podcast on YouTube with my best friend Russell. Ryan made her debut on the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood review, which was a smash success. And everyone loved her.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Like I knew they would.
Yeah, right.
Because she's not only gorgeous, but actually knows her shit.
Because you guys don't know me in real life.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
But she's beautiful, but is deceivingly brilliant at knowing what the fuck she's talking about.
Thanks.
But every time we brought up Nicolas Winding Refn, even if it was just like a stupid Instagram post on the OH Media page, people went fucking crazy for it. So we thought, why not make our first discussion talking about Nicolas Winding Refn? So what did we spend the last year, but the last 3 days watching all of his movies that you hadn't seen, the old stuff like Pusher 2,
Bleeder,
Fear X,
which I've seen before. I just needed to see it.
We
one
literally
more time.
just watched Bleeder like a minute ago.
Gruesome.
Yeah.
Fucking gruesome.
Not a great movie, but
No.
it's a good movie. Pusher, you got to think for the time. That was like in Denmark. All they had was Lars von Trier, who was making like Breaking the Waves at the time.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite filmmakers ever.
I know.
But
I've seen a couple.
He's amazing, but he wasn't making like gangster movies. Like that's why. So when Pusher came out, people must have went fucking crazy for it. So, and I watched that documentary, The Gambler, from the Pusher DVD the other day, where after Fear X, his career was basically over, similar to Martin Scorsese after making New York, New York.
Well, they compared it to Lynch making Dune.
Did you read that?
Yeah, I read that in The Ringer.
That makes a lot of sense, too. Because that was his first big movie. And what did he follow it up with? Blue Velvet.
Right.
Which was
which is one of Refn's favorite movies anyway, too. So they compared it to Lynch's Loss as doing, like, comparing him doing Dune to,
And it's
Refn's
weird because
Bleeder.
Refn's Fear X was his first English language movie with, like, you know, American stars like Turturro and shit like that. So it just
his
didn't...
first real American movie.
And how Lynchian was that movie?
Very.
Like, so, like every little piece of it was so, like, even the sound design and the everything.
Well, just even, like, the what I took as interpretation, the conscience in his head, that red face, which is, like, I interpret
and the
that
dreamlike feel to it.
The water floor by the elevators.
Yes, that was Shining, very Shining.
Yeah, I thought of Stanley instantly. Anytime I really see an elevator shot
Yeah,
like that,
there's
I kinda
no
think
one's made an elevator as memorable as Stanley Kubrick.
Right.
But so Martin Scorsese, after he made New York, New York, and he was all coked up dating fucking Liza Minnelli and all that shit.
You gotta be coked up to date Liza Minnelli.
He was convinced his career was over, like without a doubt. He was like, I'm finished. Taxi Driver and Mean Streets were all I had. That's it. It's over.
But then he wrote Raging Bull.
De Niro came to see him in the hospital when he was all sick from doing so much coke and shit, and begged him to make Raging Bull a movie. And he was I know nothing about sports. I know nothing about boxing. I can't do it. And after like the 10th time, he was like, fuck it. I'm going to put everything I have into making this movie, and it ended up being, to this day, probably the best, not my favorite, but it's probably the best work as a director he's ever done, without a doubt. It's
beautifully shot.
the work he put into it, like he made the fight scenes like music, basically. Like it's
what's
masterfully
crazy is that most
directed.
people that are very familiar with Scorsese, they usually just incorporate it to mobster movies. Nobody ever thinks.
I never say
it's not so mainstream.
Taxi Driver has been my favorite movie since I was like 12, but Raging Bull is a better movie. It's his best movie. I'm really excited about the fucking Irishman. I mean, this isn't a Scorsese discussion, but I'm so excited about the Irishman just because I feel like for Netflix to give him that kind of money and that much creative control, he's got to be really putting a lot. Like, because it's been a while since it's been since The Departed that he had like a big popular like commercial hit, and he won his first Oscar for The fucking Departed, which is disgusting.
Insane. Yeah, that's insane.
But I think he's really. I mean, this is a story everyone wants to hear too. The Hoffa with fucking Pacino and Pesci.
Oh my god, all of them. You brought Pesci
you know Jim
out of
Norton.
retirement.
You know Jim Norton is playing Don Rickles.
Yep.
That's gonna be fucking hilarious.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be great. And Sebastian Maniscalco is playing Crazy Joe Gallo, which is gonna be funny too. Bunch of comedians in it. It's gonna be great. We don't know. We have Too Old to Die Young, which is gonna be on my list for goddamn sure.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Playing in the background right now, and
so we'd be a little inspired. Get some inspiration.
We've literally had nothing but ref and shit on my TV for like days, well, years.
Right, but no, like I think a solid 48 hours. We've literally been just.
The only thing we didn't have access to
that I didn't see.
Pusha 3 is the only thing that we didn't have access to.
Some shit's hard to find, yo.
But I mean, tracking down Bleeder, that ain't fucking easy. Good luck, folks. You want to see Bleeder? Pirate Bay.
You gotta pirate booty that shit.
You gotta pirate booty that motherfucker. God, I love this show. All right, so it's no secret what the number one on both and probably most people's list is gonna be, because it
probably opened the doors for a lot of people as to who he was. I mean,
I was one of the people. I mean, I learned his movie before that, who he was, which is also on my list. But so when the trailer for Drive came out, I remember seeing it and being like, "This fucking movie is gonna be so good."
Might I add? I literally watch Drive every 2 weeks.
I know.
It's just like
it's on my phone all the time. Like it's literally.
I even have it in comic version, and I actually own the book.
Everybody got you the book.
Yeah, I have the book, and I have the comic version of it, which the art is beautiful in.
But remember how the trailer was just him at that opening, like, getaway, and he's driving, and then once the helicopter lights hit him, and he starts hitting the gas, and that was basically the whole trailer.
A little cool tidbit to that is that scene, when he's driving, they actually made a music video playing Passenger with Maynard from Tool, Passenger, Deftones, White Pony. They actually made a music video of him driving scenes from Drive and playing that song at the same time, which was absolutely brilliant. I don't know who made it.
I've seen some people do some great shit like that. Like, I've seen people that have made beats, like, just grab...
Like, you just took three of my favorite things in the world. You took Drive, Tool, and Deftones.
They'll grab scenes of people driving in a movie and just... When they turn on the radio, they'll have their beats start playing.
That's when he's listening
I've
to
seen
the game,
people do that.
He puts the game on and it turns up. And
I don't know what movie it was, but someone had a beat video where they had Michael Douglas just put a tape in, and he's driving all stressed out, listening to it, and then he gets home and he puts on headphones and the beat starts playing again.
Fucking trap music.
It's fucking hilarious. It's the fucking greatest thing ever.
So back to Drive.
So number one on both of our lists is we're not going to start with number one. Well, we have to, because it's gonna be...
Because you just opened the conversation.
Well, it's obvious. It's number one. Our number... It's going to do top five, but our number one, to save the fucking suspense, is Drive for both of us. For so many goddamn reasons. It would take... Style, music,
Rygos.
The actors, the fucking... The head crush scene in the elevator, fucking...
I mean, it's not
the first movie with Oscar Isaac I can remember. That's the first movie I've ever seen him in.
The first movie...
He went on to be a fucking huge star.
And then Ex Machina was the second thing I ever really saw him in.
That's the first movie we ever saw in the theater at Kendall Square.
First real
Someone told me they just saw that the other day, and I was like, We saw that in fucking 2014 or 15. Right. As soon as it came out.
It was 2015.
It was either 2014 or 15.
Kendall. We saw it at Kendall.
As soon as it came out, like the weekend it came out.
Real small personal theater.
Yeah,
it was nice.
It's like the theater before it gets released at the real theater. And I wouldn't hear the end
of this kid fucking talking about how bad he had to see this movie.
Yeah. Was I wrong?
Honestly, had no interest in seeing it.
Was I wrong?
I just wanted to go on a date with you.
Was I wrong?
No, it was a great movie.
Would we be married if you didn't enjoy it? No.
Well, no, we probably still would be married.
Yeah, that's true.
But I've never dragged you to a movie because Seth calls the shots on the movies that we get to see.
Not always.
Have I ever dragged you to a movie?
I see a lot of horror movies that I don't give a shit about just because I know it'll be... Because I like seeing movies with
There's
you.
no good horror movies that have come out.
Besides Are you kidding me? We saw Midsommar fucking less than a month ago.
Yeah, and I dragged you. That's something that we both wanted to see.
Yeah, but like just for fun, we'll go see shit like Child's Play.
Which we did go see, which was...
fun. I liked it. It was a fun movie.
Of course you liked it. Guys, honestly, it was fucking...
It was a stupid horror movie. Pet Sematary, like we see these movies for fun.
We did. But Child's Play is an entirely different for Generation Y kids. It's a Child's Play for Generation Y.
No, but after watching how corny the original was, like the night before we saw it, I realized it was smart. It was smart how they adapted.
So there is no possession in this one. It's not about a possession of a doll or anything like that.
No, like everything else, it's a Black Mirror type fucking...
Yeah, it is. It could be definitely a Black Mirror episode.
It's like a shitty Black Mirror episode.
Right. Or the new episodes of Black Mirror, because there was only good one.
Do you have a favorite scene in Drive? I was trying to... Carey Mulligan, that was their first thing that I loved her in.
Yeah. Other than Gatsby, she was great.
Gatsby was way after that. That was like 3 or 4 years after that.
Yeah, a few years after. My favorite scene in Drive.
That's a hard one.
Yeah,
I love the head smash scene.
Movie.
I love the opening. The opening is fucking phenomenal. The opening music. Getaway.
Just the music that brings you in before you see the fluorescent
No, and him on
Drive.
The phone. Yeah, the whole thing is before the opening title sequence.
But I think
when he's on the phone, he says 30 seconds fucking on either side. Anything happens between that 30 seconds, I'm yours. Other than that, it's not my responsibility.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes is when they actually get away from that whole scene and he pulls into the game as everybody's coming out.
And he puts on the hat
and just
fucking
his
walks
preparation
out.
And timing and the thought into it for a kid who literally does not talk like the entire movie.
Yeah, like he seems like an autistic fucking idiot.
My second favorite scene is when he offers to drive Carey Mulligan and her kid home. And you kind of get a personal touch of who he is.
When they're driving down the LA River?
Right. Yeah. He was like, hey, do you want to see something? And he brings them to that little pond. And you kind of get an insight as to who he is as a person and his sensitivity level as a human being.
It's like he's learning it at the same time.
Right. And I really liked that scene. Because it was
very... Because you see that he has, this brutal violence inside of him, too.
But you also see this soft side of him as he's he's so good with their son. Barely speaks.
It's a very odd. He's just a strange guy.
Which we never learn the
Bryan
name of him.
Bryan Cranston
either.
is so good in that movie.
I love him anyway.
I know, but with the broken hip and everything.
From Malcolm
I
in the
love
middle
him
to fucking Breaking Bad. Everything in between.
When he walks like my dad did when he had his hip broken. He's fucking just
Shannon.
Yeah. Oh. Just can't stop thinking what we can do with all that money.
So even in the book and even in the comic, everything, Ryan Gosling does not have a name. He is the kid.
He's the driver.
He's driver or the kid.
You put this kid behind the wheel of a car.
He can drive anything.
He can do anything.
And
oh my God, Albert Brooks, fucking forget about it. He's unbelievable in that movie. He's so goddamn good.
Also,
when he kills Shannon too, I mean, he's like, that's it, that's done, it's over, it's done.
It's the dude from Sons of Anarchy.
Ron Perlman.
Yes,
he's great too.
He's big,
call me a fucking
I
to my
guess
face.
He's really fucking huge. He used to be. I don't know if he still is, but he's huge in French cinema. I saw this French children's psychological thriller that was from I want to say the early 2000s, late 90s.
You would think
he was
Spanish stuff because he's been in so many Del Toro projects.
I didn't even know that he spoke French. I didn't know.
I didn't either.
I didn't even know.
I just know he's a liberal Jew from New York that is
Is he?
Oh yeah,
Perlman, yeah,
big time.
That's Jewish.
I've heard him do radio long form, and he just says he watches fucking and screams at the news all day at his apartment.
Really?
Just yeah, he's a
So it's just
ultra
like
liberal Jew.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, big time.
I would never.
You never think that?
No, because I'm so used to seeing him
Guys get
portrayed as
mitts
like
like
Clay,
a fucking
Clay, Hellboy. Like I'm used to
I
seeing.
love him as dude. I watched 10 minutes of the new Hellboy and I fucking had to turn it off.
Yeah, it was quite terrible.
Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of it. I
couldn't get through it either, huh?
No.
Did you notice the girl from American Honey was in it?
Yeah. I didn't realize it was her until I
you
watched
saw
American Honey.
Yeah,
because I was a little late on that.
American Honey was great. You didn't love it as much as I hoped you did, but
It was very stylish, but it was just one of those
It
movies.
was a movie about nothing.
No, but it's one of those movies that makes you realize that like kids, it's about
It's
nothing.
just like kids.
It's about
just
nothing,
like kids.
but it gives you the raw reality of life.
That's
and
that's the beauty of it.
And I can relate a lot to it because I ran away a lot as a kid. I lived a crazy ass fucking life as a fucking teenager.
And seeing their dumpster diving with the kids at the beginning, like it's a beautiful movie.
Very much makes you rawly realize that the shit is real. This shit isn't in fucking just movies.
And all the
American
dangerous
Honey,
situations
yes,
she puts herself in. Yeah.
Just to fucking make a buck.
She made a movie called Fish Tank, that director, with Fassbender, where there was another movie about a young girl that lived in the projects with a whore mother that was dating Fassbender that ended up fucking her. You did watch it with me.
Yep, I saw that with you.
Great movie. She actually directed all of Big Little Lies season 2 as well.
Oh, right. Okay, this is the same. Okay.
Yeah, that's the girl we were talking about, me and Russell on the video.
I am so late on Big Little Lies. I feel like I haven't even watched it.
I
know everything about it.
My wife hasn't seen it, and her fucking husband has seen every episode.
Between my husband and my mother, I know everything about it and all the spoilers that make me not want to watch it because you guys have already spilled the beans.
Well, season 2 is a fucking...
I just want to see Alex
Season 2 had no...
Season
1, that's the best thing he's ever done.
If I can take them both.
Skarsgård was the best part of the fucking whole season 1. That's the best thing he's ever done. He was so accurate.
Have you seen everything he's done? Oh, what the
I've
fuck
seen
is the name
a
of that
lot.
movie?
I know the movie you're going to talk about.
With Ellen Page?
Yes, I know the movie you're going to talk about. I haven't seen it.
I'm trying to remember the name of it.
You
guys will probably be answering me before I even come up with it. Yeah, where he's basically
People are
a
screaming
cult leader.
at the... Yes.
He's a cult leader, but it's like a liberal cult.
It's the most accurate depiction of domestic violence I've ever seen because he's such a good dad. He's such a good husband otherwise. And they have this twisted, like, sexual relationship with the violence that's connected to it. And... otherwise, he's a perfect husband.
Right.
And then he's the most apologetic, guy in the world. And then he's just a monster.
Oh, have you ever seen him? I was just going to say, the remake of Straw Dogs that he was in.
He was in that?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the remake because I watched the original. I'm a 70s man.
So The East is the movie that I'm talking about with...
Yes, that's it.
That, where he was a cult leader.
Cunt leader.
Yeah, he was a cunt leader. And,
Dick slinger.
Slinging pipe around his cult. But he was also in the remake of Straw Dogs in 2011 with James
was he
Madsen
the main guy?
and
was he the main?
Kate Bosworth.
Was he the main guy? Though?
Villain-wise, yeah. So, if you've ever seen, I am a very old soul when it comes to horror. The original Straw Dogs is kind of terrifying. It's more
horrifying.
Yes, it's a very I spit on your grave type horrifying. So if you guys haven't seen I spit on your grave
it's
part
Dustin
1
Hoffman
or 2,
just being this pussy husband like that just fucking.
Well, James Madsen's the husband in this one. Kate Bosworth is the female role.
Isn't that like the Superman guy or the guy that looks
James
like him?
Madsen is Cyclops from the original X-Men.
Okay.
And he's also in a new show on Netflix too with Christina Applegate.
Okay.
Dead to Me with Lisa Cardinelli, which is amazing.
It's enraging as a guy to see like Dustin Hoffman as like this pussy with these guys like pulling all this shit with his wife. It's just hard to watch.
Well, I felt that way when I saw like The Strangers, and I see like
what's his name? Fucking.
I love. He was from
this
Felicity.
Is way far from Refn, by the way.
Yeah, I know. We're getting into a whole different fucking animal.
Should we go?
On with the list.
Should we go back?
We're gonna have to
do
a horror
episode. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, we just did 1.
I know.
Yeah, so cut it right,
all right,
to
so my
how you want.
5.
Your last.
Yes.
Pick? Okay.
It was gonna be Pusher, but I had to do it. My number 5, for the style and the music alone, is Only God Forgives.
Really, number 5? Okay.
Because that's the most beautiful looking movie.
My number 5 is probably your number 4.
What?
My number 5 is Pusher 2. No?
Very nice.
You tried to make y'all.
No, I didn't. I swear to God. I swear to God. And you just saw it last night.
I know. I just saw Pusha 2 for the first time last night.
But real quick, so the reason it's number 5 for me, and it's above all the Pushers, is because just the look is so. It's like we're watching Too Old to Die Young right now. It's
Only God Forgives is on my list.
Only God Forgives is just so beautiful looking, and the music.
Number 4 for me.
All right, we're not there yet.
Yeah, but no,
I'm explaining why it's number 5 for me.
Since you're going into depth.
Well, I'm just saying why it's just because there's no substance to it. It's the style and the music.
It's pure violence.
And the look and the ultra violence.
Yes.
And why is Pusha 2 on your number 5? There's about 10 movies to choose from.
Right, it's the only one that I haven't seen twice or more than once.
Saw it last night.
I know. I saw it for the first time last night. And I was trying to.
I love that it's on your list.
I loved the ending.
I love the ending too.
It makes me love Tony so much more, and I think that he's just a snitch retard.
No, he's a fucking good. He wants to be a good man.
I think it's more of the principle of the story of the end, where he realizes
the whole father conflict.
He's been a shitty son.
He's trying to break the cycle.
He has a shitty fucking dad.
The Duke.
Yeah, and he decides last minute, let me just take this fucking boy and give him a life.
Because his baby mom is a piece of shit.
Right.
And his son's gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, he's so cute.
So fucking cute.
And that bus ride, it
it's
literally
adorable.
stole my heart when
he
takes the baby to look out the window.
And they both bald with their shaved heads. They're just shaved heads, the baby. He's a fucking. But it's adorable. It's watching them take off on the bus after, like, Tony trying to please his dad after getting out of jail. He's just fucking up left and right.
Well, he's not even really fucking up. It's just he has
but everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong.
Where no matter how much
whether
he does
steals a car, the wrong car, or
he means well, but he does.
He's trying to please his dad. Is what it's all about. And his dad asks him to kill some woman for his
baby mama.
Yeah. And he couldn't do it, so at the end, what does he do? Fucking takes out the Duke.
He takes out his own dad. He basically, like, stabs
after
his
his dad berates
death.
him and fucking just tells him what a piece of shit he is.
Slaps him, and all because he wouldn't kill his father's baby mother.
The hardest part for me was watching that wedding toast that the Duke gave, saying,
it
was like a son to me, and Tony, I can't say that about my own son, but he's coming along. That broke my fucking heart.
Not only fucking fact that you literally had you had a couple little kids there, and there was a stripper, like, not to the point, I wouldn't even say this was stripping. This is like quarter machine type shit. Like, she had pink out, like she had full spread, had a candle lit on her, like wax everywhere. Like,
and there's a goddamn baby trying to sleep, and he wakes up holding his ears. Yeah, it's an idea.
Just a little,
folks, we have a wedding party coming up that we're planning, and it's going to be very sexy.
Oh yeah, it's going to be real sexy.
It's getting more exciting than stress. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it is. Now that a lot of other people are willing to.
Now that other people know it's legit.
Yeah,
like,
that we're not just all talk.
The venue's actually dope.
We are already married, by the way.
Yeah, we've been married.
Yeah.
And it's not a wedding.
Soulfully, we've been married for like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
We've been legally married for only
a couple months.
All
right, so number 4 for me is it's me, Bronson.
Oh.
Bronsolini, because that was, I think, the first Refn movie I ever saw. I saw it on a 19-inch LCD TV rented from Hollywood, Blockbuster. From Blockbuster.
Yeah. Wow, that's
and
a long
I
time
fucking
ago.
watched it on a fucking 19-inch LCD, and I was like, I've never seen anything like this. This is fucking amazing.
Stylish as shit. Like when he's on his own head, and it see like the black screen, his little mind.
That was the movie that started, because you look at Pusha, there's no style at all.
That was actually I think that might have been the second one that I ever saw from Refn.
What was the first?
The first one was Drive.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't seem
that's
to
why,
see
that's
Only
why,
God Forgives, and then I finally saw that after.
That's why Gosling wanted him. He picked him for the director for Drive, because he saw Bronson.
You know that car that he drives in Drive is his own actual vehicle.
But Gosling handpicked Refn for Drive after seeing Bronson. He was like, that's who I want to direct, the guy who did Bronson.
And you can even tell when...
And that's an early Tom Hardy. That's pre-Warrior. That's pre-fucking Dark Knight Rises. That's pre-Inception. That's pre-fucking everything.
Wow. I loved him as fucking Bane. Like, you couldn't have picked a better actor to play Bane.
Tom Hardy is...
Killed it.
like my favorite younger actor in the world right now.
Yeah, he's gonna grow old.
Him and Peaky Blinders, him and Taboo, fucking forget about it. Taboo is so
I'm very
fucking
behind
good.
on Peaky Blinders. There's something about the show that I don't want to
I
watch
love
about
it.
my own people.
I love it.
I'm not.
I love that show so much.
It's like a mobster watching something like a documentary on like their boss. Like it's weird.
I literally watched the whole last season at your house while you were at work. Like fucking those 2 nights I was stayed at your apartment when you were at work recently.
Yeah.
But Bronson's just, I love it. I love Tom Hardy. I love everything about that movie. I rewatched it not long ago. I rewatched almost all these not that long ago.
I watched Bronson the other day. Remember I said I was gonna...
Yes.
Part of the preparation of this, I wanted to watch all my favorites.
And that's always been one of my favorites. It's always been one of the ones I recommend.
So you said that was your...
Number 4.
That was your 4. So...
And it's great. It's a true... it's based on a true story of a real prisoner.
Yep.
It's just Tom Hardy as this barrel-chested, shaved head, mustached, just most violent prisoner in
Handlebar
UK
mustache.
history. Yeah.
The typical fighter, like
the old school fight.
The old school Sailor Jerry
yes.
whole look to
like
it.
Cartoon.
The neo-traditional trad to...
And he worked out like that to get the barrel chest,
we've
prison.
seen him as being, we know what he can do for
no,
weight,
but
as far as muscle and
he
weight.
tried to do it like a prison body, like a barrel chested with a gut.
Yeah. Pink. Okay.
And what's your number 4? Mrs. Grace.
Oh shit. I already told you my number 4 because you called it as your 5.
Oh, Only God Forgives.
Yep.
Anything to add?
To what, Bronson?
No, so you fucking
Only God Forgives?
Yeah.
We should have spoke about that when we were talking about it.
All I said was fucking the look and the music.
I love the ultra violence of it.
Favorite scene? I think the wanna fight scene is my favorite. When he discusses the guys want to fight and fucking he gets his ass kicked.
Oh yeah, that is a fucking amazing scene.
It's a great scene. And the music is Cliff Martinez. Cliff Martinez, who's been his composer since Bronson, since Drive. He's making the music, everything up till Too Old to Die Young.
Right.
He used to be Soderbergh's guy too. He's a master. He makes those great electronic scores and it's phenomenal.
I'm super curious as to what your number 3 is.
Oh, my number 3 is Neon Demon.
Yeah, same.
Same?
Same.
It was gonna be my number 2.
I know that me and you had a little...
We talked about it last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, because I love Neon Demon, it's like right after Drive as my favorite Refn movie because it symbolizes a Refn movie to me. Russell saw that movie 5 times in the theater.
Yeah, it was amazing.
We saw it in the theater stoned the first time in Kendall when it first came out, and we were like... That scene when the lights are flickering and they do the demon dance scene with the girl spinning...
Yeah.
We were fucking losing our minds. We were just like, this is the trippiest shit ever. And it turned into fucking a Valley of the Dolls fucking psychotic fucking,
definitely. That's a good little...
that was his biggest influence of the movie.
Valley of the Dolls.
Yeah.
Valley of the Dolls, instead of popping pills, like they did in Valley of the Dolls, because the whole point of the name of Valley of the Dolls is pills back then were called dolls, and that's what it's about.
So as opposed to eating the flesh? Yeah.
Yeah, so, as opposed to eating pills, they eat a girl.
And I love how
to gain her beauty
he
in her
somehow managed to make it seem like Elle Fanning was this perfectly beautiful, gorgeous...
I think it was just her innocence about her is what made it so
It worked,
pure.
though. It worked.
The best thing about
In her
Neon
youth,
Demon...
Her youth.
Should we say is the cameo that Keanu makes.
Canoe? Yeah.
Keanu makes
real
a beautiful fucking...
Real Lolita shit.
Yeah.
When he's got the 12-year-old... For 613, must be seen.
Real prick of a fucking...
Oh my god, the scumbag hotel manager? Yeah.
But it was...
I could go on and on about Neon Demon. Like, it's just so... Again, the style developed even more than it was from Only God Forgives to more neon-colored, more purple, more just... And when she walks through the triangle and transforms into, like, the metaphorically transforms into like the, you know what I'm talking
Right,
about.
no. And just me as a fashion lover
When
in
they
general
decide
is
to make her the lead
perfect.
of the show, she's going to close the show.
Her photo shoot, that scene was super fucking creepy.
Even the beginning, when she's got her throat cut.
Oh yeah, because her boyfriend,
No, the guy she met online, the creep she met online.
Her little guy friend.
Who ends up not being a scumbag.
That's actually Zoe Kravitz's husband in real life.
How the fuck did he pull that off?
Yeah, they kind of look alike.
He's ugly.
People have the whatever.
People that are famous
I'm
are
not
weird.
one to call out what people think is beautiful and what people... I mean, we're sitting here thinking, like, ultra-violence and people getting their head stomped in and a nail put in their fucking forehead.
I'll go right ahead and say that motherfucker ain't beautiful. I'm more beautiful than he is. You're more beautiful than Zoe Kravitz. So
I don't think so. But she's gorgeous. Number 2.
What we're watching right now...
Yes. Is also
which
my number
replaced my... number 2, which was gonna... I thought I had to go with the film because Refn is, a film guy. But it's like Lynch directing every episode of season 3 of Twin Peaks: The Return.
Right.
We got to see a fucking 10-hour Refn movie, basically, with Too Old to Die Young. And we banged through this in, 2 days?
Yeah,
there was one day when we fucking took acid and watched 6 episodes in a row. But it's so good. You get comedy, you get... like graphic violence.
I love Miles Teller as the lead.
He's fantastic as the lead.
Yeah. A big comeback from turning down La La Land.
Yeah, he was in movie jail.
This is probably the best career move that he could have done because he really wasn't in anything for a while. Like he was in that.
He wasn't
movie
in
with
anything
Jonah
good
Hill.
at all, but except for fucking Whiplash.
Yeah.
And then he fucked over Damien Chazelle by saying no and wanting too much money. But this brought him back because he's fucking great in this. I mean, we got it playing right now.
He doesn't have much dialogue, but you see it.
It's like Gosling and Drive.
Right.
He speaks by
Refn
spitting.
doesn't really do... Right.
Yeah. He used to.
As far as American movies, it's more of the style, and you're feeding off the demeanor and the energy off of them, so you just read it
They're
off
bad guys talking an awful lot, though.
Right. They talk a lot of shit.
But the good thing about the protagonists in most of his movies aren't good guys. They're not good guys.
But they're not...
There is no good guys.
There is no, minor criminal. These are, filthy... They rape people for a living.
No, it's my favorite quote of the movie is, give me the worst guys you got. That's my favorite quote of this whole show.
Definitely.
And I love... is it Damien?
Yes, Damien.
Damien, the Jamaican dude that he works for. I love him. That guy was so gangster.
Voice. I would love
his
to just
voice
tell me
is
fucking
the most
story.
Soothing thing in the fucking world.
Please
tell me that
motherfucker
was not a cop.
We both thought of the same thing.
Oh my god!
Please tell me that motherfucker was not a cop.
And we didn't talk about the what's his name and what's her name?
Jesus
and what is her name? Shit, that's gonna drive me crazy. The angel that
I have it literally.
The high priestess of death. What's her name?
It's like Zelda, something like that.
And the weird fucking
the weird relationship.
The weird Oedipal complex with him and his fucking
his
mother.
Mom, yeah, he has severe mommy issues.
Oh my god, he
really
literally is supposed to have seen his fucking mother in this woman's vagina.
Right, but we're not really sure if
Yaritza.
We're not really sure if the case is that his mother really started molesting him, and that's why he grew this sexual attraction with his mother.
I don't think so.
Or he just had a sexual attraction with his mother. His mother was killed.
His mother was beautiful.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But
his mother was basically like a Pablo Escobar of the cartel.
She was the connect in the United States.
Right.
Which is what he becomes.
Right, and she tried to raise him as Americanized as she could.
I love the scene when he becomes a man, basically, when he bitches out the guy when he comes to their house in the United States, and she wants to fucking to deliver her gun. Yeah, he's like, "You're a fucking wetback. Get down on your knees and bark like a fucking dog."
For me, he became a man when he literally executed an entire fucking.
Well, he had to prove himself in front of his cousin when he was in Mexico.
But no, truly, when he became a man is when he was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" To that guy that is just
fucking
you are
wetback.
just a scrap metal type of fucking piece of shit. Go have your fucking burrito truck. He was like, "You're nothing but a fucking
And
wetback."
then
And he
just-
made him get on his knees
and
bark like a dog.
Yeah. And he really fucking... She was so gangster too. She had the diamond-plated gun.
Put it into him.
Of
like,
course she did.
He fed off that energy like, this girl
What
is fucking
what
badass.
happened when he said, "Why did you come to America with me?" Because I scare
Your cousin
his
scared him.
cousin.
Yeah.
Because she was there. She was taken in by
She was just a
by
lost
the
little
old
girl.
man.
Yeah.
She was taken in by his cousin's father.
Yeah, the uncle. Yep. The old uncle who was running things down in Mexico.
Yes. And she was like his caretaker. She took him in. She's literally this high priestess of death that's
So
possibly she's like a comic book character. Like, she's like not like fucking, you know.
But how she becomes that way is because part of the cartel, what they do is they do human trafficking. So they will take girls across state lines, ship them off, and sell them to other cartels.
Yeah, and suddenly these shipments start going missing,
Yep.
and the women start disappearing.
Yep.
Because she's murdering
And they
all
think,
the cartel members
they think
and
that
freeing
other
them.
cartels are going against them as far as
But she's so
stealing this part
smart.
of
She's
business.
doing it little by little. Like,
Right. She's not going too
in the
hard,
scenes
too
of her
fast.
taking them out, like at that hotel when the guy,
yeah.
it's beautiful.
But
she's just
she's-
hemming people in half.
I
And
really wish they would do like a follow-up of that with just
they made an
her.
announcement that it's done.
I really
I
wish
love
they
it as
would
a
with,
standalone. I love it
Jenna
as a
Maloney,
standalone.
because Jenna Malone.
Jenna Malone, we haven't talked. There's so many parts of this 10-hour reference.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's longer because every episode's like an hour and 15 minutes.
But Jenna Malone is. I mean, she
Jenna
was in the
Malone.
Young Demon.
Oh, we didn't talk about fucking John Hawkes. Like,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
one of my
John
favorite parts
Hawk.
of the show. Johnny Hawk the Cock.
Yeah.
He is one of my favorite parts of the show. Is this like former FBI guy who's, you know,
Teamed up with Jenna.
yeah, she's like his spiritual guider basically, and
She
directs
is,
him to. She works for people that are
She is
abused, kids.
She's an abuse advocate for children who are
Supposedly.
molested, raped. But she has like this little like Reiki office off the side where she like has them talk and spill their feelings under some crystals.
Like Scientology, like they're fucking
Reiki is just like a thing of energy.
yeah. Scientology holding on to the fucking cans and talking about
No.
It's the
There's
same.
no alien in the sky here.
Yeah,
there's no.
sure there
there's
is.
no using your secrets against you with her.
This isn't Fargo season 2. There's no alien in this guy. No, but that was a big part of the show. That like she was basically looking for a replacement for John Hawkes because he's sick.
Yeah.
And that is gonna be
But
Miles
she also
Teller.
has visions. She has these odd visions that never
Yeah, she has
really
like a
put into
weird second,
explanation.
supposedly weird second sight, kind of like
Right.
what's her name in Peaky Blinders has the gypsy
Most
second sight.
pikeys have a second sight. But no, she goes into this like weird shop, and there's this like old like Dragonona looking
Yes.
woman.
Oh my
and she
God,
goes,
I forgot
had a
about that.
vision,
I forgot about that.
And it's this woman basically walking through flames. And I think in the restaurant, she realizes that it's Yoritza that is the one that's going
She's
to
seeing
save...
the High Priestess of Death.
Right,
yes.
yeah.
Because
And
she's
she's like,
doing the
"That's
same
the one."
work.
Yeah,
She's doing the same.
essentially,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually a very smart theme. We got to mention that Ed Brubaker co-wrote the entire thing with
Yep.
Refn, and that's why Refn is a good writer, but when he's co-writing, whether it's Hubert Selby Jr. or Ed Brubaker or whatever, or it's someone else's script like Drive, he does his best work.
Yeah.
Our top two were not written by him. He wrote Neon Demon, but he co-wrote this with Ed Brubaker, and Drive was just written by someone else. I think it was Rami Salem or something like that. I forget his name.
You forgot his name?
I forget his name, the writer of Drive. But, yeah, Too Old to Die Young's number 2 for both of us, and Drive is number 1 for both of us.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because we've been fans of him for as long as we've known each other, and this is how old? A few months?
Yeah.
And it's number 2 on the list.
Yeah, definitely. And I've already watched all of, like, basically I've watched this whole thing maybe about 4 times total.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Because there's just like I don't know, it's like
you
a
can just throw on. You can
just
throw on
an
a random episode
yeah.
too. Like he kind of. Russell told me that he did kind of do that on purpose, where you could like watch each episode individually. Like you know...
You could just start from anywhere.
Yeah, like you can just watch one whenever. And I told Mike I would mention his list because this is interesting.
Mikey!
He went top to bottom, which I did too.
You're going to do, what, 5,
everything.
4, 3, 2, 1?
No,
or are you going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
He went every movie.
Okay.
I did the same thing.
Okay.
So starting from the bottom to the top, Fear X, which he says he never saw, Valhalla Rising, Pusher 3, Pusher 2, Neon Demon, too low, Mike, Pusher, Only God Forgives, Interestingly High, Too Old to Die Young coming in at number 3, Bronson is number 2,
wow,
and Drive is number 1.
And you said Totoro is like Mike's favorite actor, and he hasn't seen Fear X yet.
Very weird.
That's interesting.
Mine from the everything was Valhalla Rising is my least favorite.
Yeah, Valhalla is my least.
Fear X is my second least. Pusher 3, Pusher 2, Pusher 1, Only God Forgives, Bronson, Neon Demon, Too Old to Die Young, and then Drive.
Okay.
But it would probably be close. I mean, me and your lists are usually pretty fucking close, which is kind of... I like when they're different. What were we talking? Lynch. It was Lynch projects.
Lynch projects were very different.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to redo that. So don't say what it was because we didn't release that episode. Because
now that
Lynch is more important to us than fucking
now
anybody.
Now that the new Twin Peaks is already out because that came out. I think it was out at the same time that we actually.
We were probably watching it at the time.
Right.
Yeah. God damn it! That could be number 1. Like.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm sorry, but
I think we're spilling the beans before we even make the episode.
You know what? People knew Drive was going to be number 1 anyway, so fuck it. Twin Peaks is David Lynch's best shit ever. So after The Return, get the fuck out of here. You don't think that's true? You're either my father or you're not a real David Lynch fan. But I think that about covers it as far as Nicolas Winding Refn. I mean, we couldn't fucking go. We could talk an hour on every one of these projects, but
right. But if you definitely haven't seen a couple things, I mean, there's a couple things on Amazon right now that are free. Neon Demon, I think, is still on there.
Yeah, because he made it for Amazon Studios.
Right. But
it's always going to be on Amazon.
Too Old to Die Young. And I believe Drive is on something right now. I want to say it's either on HBO or...
Really?
HBO On Demand. Yeah, I get notifications on Refn movies on my Roku. It's one of the directors I have flagged, so anytime one of their movies is free on the internet, I have him on there.
That's got to be a Sling thing, maybe, because that does it all cross-platform.
Well, no, I do my whole Roku. It goes through every streaming that
I didn't even know
have
Roku's
available.
did that.
Yeah, if you go to I have a really old Roku, but I have a few directors I have.
If you don't know this, or if you haven't seen it, go on YouTube. Oh, I Hate Myself is the name of the channel. OHIHATEMYSELF. Oh, I Hate Myself, one word. That's the reviews with my friend's channel, which became me and his channel.
Yep. And
occasionally Ryan for the big stuff because she's too pretty to be on there too often. And
yeah, right.
But we have a fucking half-hour review on just Too Old to Die Young.
Yeah.
Because it's that fucking big of a review. That's a great video. And we review old stuff, new stuff, but mostly new stuff. So check it out. We're going to try and figure out a way to get this audio not only put out where podcasts are, but also get it posted up on the YouTube page as well. And if we do, it's going to be on the same channel.
Yeah,
because
we are going to be umbrellaed under the I Hate Myself.
Oh, I Hate Myself is going to be the OH Media Network, basically, if we pull it off successfully.
Yeah.
So it's Oh, I Hate Myself on YouTube. The Instagram page is...
Oh, I Hate Myself, all one word.
I believe so.
Yes, it is.
Let me see. Yep. Oh, I Hate Myself reviews, one word.
Okay.
So follow that, and I'm at sgrace1700, and Rye is _RY138.
Always 138. Misfits.
Check us the fuck out. Well, I'll put something about this up on the.
Keep in mind, this is the first one. We are literally having our morning coffee.
We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We just woke up. We're in our pajamas watching fucking Too Old to Die Young right now.
I'm squeezing this in before work.
Yeah, this is just something we're gonna do every week for fun.
We will have less categories.
Yeah. We'll figure out how to do
more of an itinerary and know what we're doing. I mean, feel free to give us a little help. And let us know what you want to hear. if you share the same
we're
interests
gonna
as
be
us.
fucking way too honest.
But this isn't just gonna be movies
No.
or show reviews as well.
It's
That
gonna
is
be
more
everything.
the guys.
We're
The guys are into that.
We could have fucking guests at certain points. We could talk about our fucking marriage for 40 minutes at one point.
Right.
We're gonna probably be
Possibly some
shit-faced
comedian
sometimes.
guests that are actual real comedians.
Yeah, possibly some musician guests that are actual musicians.
We do know a couple people.
That's people, that's some friends.
We have little connections.
And you know, our partner from the network is
yeah.
going to be on at some
Of course,
point.
RZA.
And just whatever the fuck we want to talk about. We're just not going to be stiffs like a bunch of these other assholes that are just
We're real
boring.
people with some real weird.
And we're not going to
interests.
censor our language. And we're just two fucking married assholes from Boston that just like to talk shit. So fuck you. I love you.
617 in this motherfucking bitch.
All right, folks. That's it.
Later.